Okay. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending what part of the world you are. I am very happy and excited to have you here. Um, uh, Today is week 7 of Rise of our Turning Point Blueprint. Uh, I am actually really excited because by this point we already went through the mindset, the health issues and everything that we go through as when we lose something, whether it's a job, whether it's a loved one, um, any loss that we have, we go through we grieve. I didn't realize that. Um, we go through so many different emotions. And so today is not about pressure. Today is not about making a final decision. It's about giving yourself permission to pause and just listen to yourself. Uh, uh, Today is going to be just that that point where we just define our direction. Are we going to stay with, are we going to look for a 9 to 5? Are we going to retire? Or are we going to put that entrepreneurship spirit that we have? Because I think that's something that a lot of us have. We just don't always recognize it, and not just recognize it, but we don't accept it. So we don't sometimes we don't see the gift that we have. And I think we all have it in us. We just sometimes just need to move a little bit forward to be able to make it happen. So, uh, no pressure, no rushing, just clarity. Um, for okay, just clarity for this season. This season meaning the transition that we go through when we do lose someone or something. Um, uh, uh, so this week 7 is a little different. I actually, as you probably know, I just went through this. I lost my job after 15 years in corporate. Uh, One day they just decided to just get rid of my title. And it was very shocking for me because Friday, as they normally do, corporate, uh, they put an, a meeting 3 o'clock. And I'm like, oh, Friday, here we go. I thought they were going to have me train someone or just ask me for information because I was the only one that was doing the accounting that I was doing. And then I was given the big news. We terminated your title, your position. I still sometimes try and figure out why and how, but it's okay. I was blessed. I already had the 2 hour workday in action, so we were fine. But we start questioning ourselves. So today you survive the transition. Now you get to choose direction. And this is about alignment, not fear. Um, so yes, we do have to pause and ground ourselves because um, the body sometimes reacts to everything. So, how does my body feel when I think about my future and how I'm going to move forward? What direction? So, before we talk about jobs, income, or any direction, we check in with the body because the body always knows before our minds catches up. Uh, are we feeling calm? Are we feeling anxious, hopeful, overwhelmed, excited, unsure? Um, when we go through situations like this, again, whether it's we lose our job, we lose a person, even if we're just doing a diet, is something that is a change that we're taking. It's a change that we are trying to do in our lives. And yeah, We sometimes see someone else, if we're in a diet, we see someone else eating something, we're like, because we are used to just doing what we want. So not having that anymore, we go through that anxiety. Like, I wish I could do. I didn't think I was going to miss my job, my 9 to 5, and I was. Not only the task that I was doing, it was just a routine. You wake up in the morning and this is what you do because that's what we are used to. Uh, Not realizing that those are the things that do um, affect us physically and mentally and emotionally because we're constantly on that to go mode. So your body knows first. Your body holds the truth before your mind explains it. Um, so so there's three options. There is no right choice, only what fits this season. I actually spoke in the past 2 days, I spoke to four people that are a little confused because they don't know what to do. This is not working. I'm not doing this right. I'm in questioning themselves what to do as far as um, the online business. And sometimes, like, we have every tool that we need as far as us, as far as our DGC group. Um, we are told everything. Honestly, like I have said in the past, the reason that I came into this, yes, of course, an income. That was my husband's um reason. Me, I caught mentoring at the right time. I had just lost my mom, and it almost felt like I had someone there. I felt support. I felt like I belonged. And as I kept hearing stories, because at the time there was always Q&A after a mentoring call, um, I would hear stories of people that were either going through the same thing or went through the same thing or were going through a worse situation. So to me, I was like, oh, okay. It just felt that I belonged. So it definitely did me great as far as the mentoring. That's why sometimes I'm like, okay, I'm not a six-figure earner yet, but I'm okay. But no, now I lost my job. So we're working on that. So, so let's start with what most people feel they have to choose, which is returning back to a 9 to 5. And again, just putting out there just someone that got laid off like I did, or someone that just decided to just get up and leave their job. Um, it's good to look at all three different options. So, returning to a 9 to 5 is not failure. It's a lot of people, for many, it brings structure, benefits, stability, and peace. Honestly, when I was told I was given a couple of weeks, I tried to fit every doctor appointment possible. I had appointments that I had like 3 months out. And I called the doctors and I told them, listen, I have 2 weeks with the benefits that I have today. I don't know what's going to happen after. I need to be seen like yesterday. So I was very, very lucky to be able to get all my doctors to fit me in there. Anything that I had, they were able to like call it in and do what they had to do. So that was very, very, I was very lucky when it came down to that. So to me, not having a 9 to 5 is really, benefits are huge because not everyone qualifies for help with other programs. So it was a huge concern. And structure, definitely structure. Structure that again gets us a little bit like sick. Um, that okay, so your break is at 10 o'clock. You have 15 minutes at 12 o'clock. Now it's your lunchtime. And everything is so like bam, bam, bam. 5 o'clock, it's time to go home. Which we do get used to that. Being home, when I started working from home, even before this, through my 9 to 5, I was a little bit all over the place. When I was in the office, it was more like, okay, I have to work. And it was hard to get my online business in between because now I was in the office, but I had to keep that structure going. So, and the stability of getting that paycheck every week, that was pretty nice. So, that's actually, you're able to plan ahead. So it's really, a 9 to 5 is really not that bad when we're so used to it. Um, but we have options. So you do have to ask yourself what feels like. I sat down and not too long ago, hearing these people not being so sure about what they're doing, of course, we ask ourselves questions. What feels supportive about this option? So if I decide, okay, the 9 to 5, all right, so that's what I feel that it kind of like helps me with the benefits and just that stability. But what concerns what concerned me was like going back to that routine. I'm going to be 60 soon, not, in a couple of years, but that gives me another 7 years back in the routine. And as it is right now, there are things that are showing up that, my vision, like, as far from what I see, like, so as the doctor said, she told me that I'm 32% off on this side and then 18% on my other eye. That means that at my age, okay, so it's going to keep on progressing. And who knows when I'm not going to see anymore. So that's a big concern. But then again, if that had to happen, maybe God wanted me to be home now. So it could happen while I'm home, not while I'm in the middle of working a 9 to 5, driving, which when I drive, there's times that it takes me a little bit over an hour. So Um, so what feels supportive, what feels heavy? Those are the things that kind of like worry me a little bit as far as making that decision. So, um, I have to think, is that what really brings me peace? Or is it going to be pressure? Uh, am I going back out of fear or intention? So, it's just little questions that we have to kind of ask ourselves because now we have options. Years ago, before COVID, we kind of didn't. Now we have the options of being able to do other things. Sorry about that. Okay. Um, Retirement. That is another option. With retirement is just slowing down a little bit. We do find time freedom, simplicity. We are able to rest and we are able to show up for our people, for our family, for those that we took so much time away from, for our kids. My kids, I have two that when I was a single mom for a long time. I had to work 3 jobs. And because I didn't want to be on the system. I didn't want to show that to my kids. I've always told my kids, no, if I find out you're in the system and you have 2 hands and 2 legs, then I'm not going to be happy because there are people that really, really need the help. But I feel that, if you can do it, if you're healthy, you should be working. So I've always, like I said, my kids, be who you want your kids to be. I was really trying to be who I wanted my kids to be. So I worked. Was that the right teaching? Who knows? Maybe not. Because my kids, especially my son, he gets out of one job and he goes and does Uber. They want to buy a home, but they want to put down as much deposit as possible. And that's one of my reasons also why. That's one of my whys, because because they have kids. So it would be nice to be able to help them with that. But that's what I show them. When you want something, you have to work for it. And that's what society showed anyway. If you want something, work. I always told my kids, if you want a toy, but you can't afford it, you wait until you can afford it. Don't borrow. Don't take. Work for it and get it yourself for yourself. So I created monsters, but I think we all do in our own way. So retirement, what would I gain? And what am I going to miss? Um, Retirement doesn't always mean stopping. Sometimes it means reclaiming your time. But you also have to ask yourself, what would this actually look like for me? What would I gain? What would I miss? Honestly, some people miss purpose more than paychecks. I know my dad did. My dad, when he stopped working, he was bored. He was really bored. Like he didn't know what to do with himself. And then he got used to just sitting a lot and he became not very, it could take your health away. Um, so that's the reason why that's why it's good to just like be able to think that as an option, but look at the goods and the bads. Um, Another option is entrepreneurship. Uh, we sit and we have to think, okay, ownership is nice. It's not the way it used to be. Back in the days, if you wanted a business, you had to go and start filing papers. If it was store now stock, and it was very difficult to. I wanted to open up a restaurant, and I went through a lot of paperwork, and I was like, you know what, this is just too much. To then for one thing to happen, and then you lose your license, or one extra chair that you have, you lose your sitting abilities, and then one extra knife that is just hanging the wrong way, then that you get a violation. So it's really difficult in New York. So that kind of like turned me off on that idea. But there's options now. Again, after COVID, we learned that we are able to work from home and let that entrepreneur mind and gift that we have, we could let it come out and do things from home. We could generate an income with our passion. I'm going to start doing scrapbooking, and I'm just waiting to just be a little bit more comfortable here and have everything in place in my community so I could start doing scrapbooking and things for that we could do with our loved ones. When you're a caregiver, and I think to me, that's part of purpose. I took care of my mom, I took care of my dad, and to me, that was a blessing. Was it a blessing when I had them with me? It was very, yeah, it was not only physically exhausting, but mentally and emotionally to see your loved one um, deteriorate in front of your eyes. So, I want to get into things to be able to just enjoy them and just create memories. So it is scary, but fear often means new, not necessarily that it's the wrong thing to do or it's a bad idea. It's just that as humans, yeah, we're going to be a little bit nervous about it. We're human. We're supposed to be. So we have to ask ourselves, what excites me? What scares me? And again, scared doesn't mean that it's a bad idea. It's just something new. And when we try something new, we all go through that roller coaster feeling in our chest, like we lose our air. So and there's nothing wrong with that. Um, but it is a good way to be able to move forward with something that we're passionate about. So the truth check. Now we go deeper, past logic. Uh, Being honest. We have to being that, okay, so now we either don't have a job or we don't have that loved one with us, or we uh don't want to eat that anymore because we're in that diet. What do I never want to experience again? Back to the working a 9 to 5. Um, what is that one thing that I don't want to do? And to me, one of them is really um have that assigned time, that being there at 8 o'clock and then, okay, 4 o'clock, like having to stay there, having that assigned. I mean, the ride, I used to listen to books. So yeah, it was dangerous. There was times that there was a lot of traffic and it used to worry me because I'm like, I just hope and pray that that person that's creating the traffic is okay. And that's not me one day. My kids would die if something happens to me. So that was something that it was attention all the time. What kind of days do I want more of? It's nice to be able to do anything whenever I want. And I mean, I don't sleep late. I'm an early person. So by 5:30, I'm already awake and ready to go. So, but my day would be nice to just like take in my grandbabies and bring them to school and be able to do whatever I want. Yes, I love to do this. I didn't realize that I would enjoy doing this. I'm getting better at it. Uh, so to me, a perfect day would be get up and just show up for my community and just do. Um, what stress am I willing to carry? And what am I no longer available for? Honestly, this question alone can change your life. Like, what stress am I willing to carry? What do I no longer want to deal with? Just knowing those two things alone, I think could help make a decision. Um, so we have to kind of think of our strength, and our skills. That matters in a great way, in a big way. Sometimes, like, especially if we lose our job, it's almost like, what was what was I missing? And you start forgetting everything that you already know. And we kind of like in our mind, we lose our value. That's in a work way. As far as when we lose someone that we love, we start questioning ourselves, did I do the right thing? Did I give her, him, everything they needed? Was he okay? And those are questions that are so bad to ask ourselves because there's the only answer is the one that we have in our heart. And sometimes it's hard to answer those questions. So, we just have to go with what we are okay with and just justify anything that it is. That it is that we care about. So we have to keep in our mind that you are not starting over. You are starting wiser. Now we're going to deal with things differently. Um, we sit down and we list the skills that we gain through work, through life, uh, caregiving, or just surviving alone. Those are things that sometimes, like when we have that little bit of a negative things that challenge that we go through, we forget. We totally forget. And it's not a good thing because in our mind, we take our value away. Um, so listing all those experiences that we have, um, you didn't just get through life, you learned from it. So it's just another experience. It's like I told Celine when she told us that it was going to be her last day. Um, I don't know if you were there, Alan, but we were all like, what? She had her accountability call every morning and she's going to do other stuff for DGC. And we were like, okay, um, we get it. But it's just, she's going through another stage. She's like, I've always told my kids, when you have a job, never look at it as that's the end of that. Sometimes we feel that being for working for a company for all these years, that you're is loyalty. And it's true. We're being loyal. I worked for this company 15 years minus 1 month. It felt nice being there that long, but at the same time, um, like I never looked at, okay, well, this is just a step for the next one higher and for the next one higher. I always tell my kids, no, don't look at a company that this is the end. No, that's something that you're going to learn that's going to bring you to another step. And it's going to bring you to another step. Learn from your whatever it is that you're doing. It's like right now with us, and us right now, attending and going to each other's calls. We learn from one another. I've learned so much from the community members, like what to do, what not to do, what to approach, what not to approach, what to ask. Sometimes we don't know what to ask. We have so many people with so many beautiful gifts in our community. It's incredible. Like every time that I'm in the builders community and I hear people's community, like their ideas, it's just like, wow, how did she think of that? How did he think of that? It's great to be able to just like learn from our daily whatever it is that we see and that we touch. So um we just, we have to always remember our skills because even life matters, like the caregiving. That's something that we will always help with, even if it's going to a store and opening the door for someone. If we see someone older that's putting their groceries in the car, yes, we have to approach carefully because sometimes, they get a little bit defensive and scared. We don't want to give them a heart attack either. But, that's just it's okay to approach them and help them because we have that kind of heart and because they need us. Like right now, what we have is so, it's what we have is a really good program that so many people can use. Yes, we can earn a killing of income, but we can also help so many people that need to take care of their loved ones, to need a job that have just so many people getting laid off. And from research that I've done, there's going to be millions of people losing their jobs now in 2026 because of AI. AI is taking over so many jobs that's where we coming. That, talking about what we have, it's going to get to these people before they find uh themselves without work. It's like when I lost my job, thank God I already knew about this. And there were so many people in the company so worried about me and so concerned. And I'm like, it's okay. I'm going to be okay. I mean, it's something that God wanted for me, and it happened. Here I am. And God is going to do what he feels is good next. But this was put in front of me before I lost my job. So a lot of people feel that they don't have, as far as making a choice of what we're going to do, they feel obligated to stick to one thing. We could still do a 9 to 5 and slowly start our own business. Why not? It is possible. I'm sure that we have all heard Amy's testimony. She was working 2 jobs. I remember the day she quit her first job. Oh my gosh, that went viral. Everyone in the community was so happy for her. I think at the time we probably had maybe like 5,000 people, 5,000 members. And, it was just nice to see that. She was doing her 2 jobs and then she would do her lives in the car. She would do her content on her lunch break and we would see her in her car, or she would go and just go out to have her coffee, and she would do her content. So we do have, sometimes it's just that permission. It's okay to do two things at the same time. You don't have to choose just one path. And if one thing doesn't work, do the other. I mean, we have, yes, we do have families to support, and we do have um, to live. We have to work, but sometimes that fear stops us from making a decision for us. And then there we go, working in somebody else's dream, forgetting ours. And it's okay to be able to work in our dreams, taking care of what we have to take care of. So again, it doesn't have to be a forever plan. It's just a short plan, that a 90-day plan. So I'm going to do my 9 to 5, and I'm going to do my online business, or I'm going to work a part-time and do my online business full-time. Uh, so depending on our daily routine, what we have to do, whether it's take care of kids, bring them to the bus stop, whatever it is, we could still do. Is it going to be a crazy life? But that's why we have goals. That's why it's good to create goals and say, okay, I'm going to give myself 2 months or 3 months or max 6 months, and this is how it is. And just write down. And last week, which I have the replay on this, I did the financial, and there is a worksheet that you're able to just do all your minimum expenses, just like your rental or mortgage and everything that you must, your and whatever your income is, and then what you need. And you could do a breakdown of what you would need. And then, not know, it's good to know where you start. This way you know where to go. And knowing how much you need monthly or weekly, it gives you that idea. Okay, this is how much I need to do, how much I need to make. So if a part-time gives me this is how much I need for my online business or my second job. So having this clear in our mind and on paper makes a huge difference, because now you're able to make a smart decision as of what you're going to do. So just exploring why stabilizing. Sorry, the accent. So anything is possible. Anything that we want is possible. Sorry. So, God, I am so sorry. Sometimes I feel that the train does that purposely. Sorry if you hear that sound. Um, So decision for this season, and again, the season is meaning the turning point that we are going through at the moment. It's not a lifetime contract. It's a 90-day choice. For the next 90 days, I'm lean leaning towards this, whether it's okay, I'm going to find the 9 to 5. Okay, I am grieving. I'm going to do meditation. I'm on a diet. Okay, I'm going to stop eating this, whatever it is. We could do a little plan on that. Um, so write down, I have a worksheet for you. I'm sorry I did not put that in the chat. Um, but I will share that with you so you could do the worksheet. And it has everything that we just talked about. Um, it's in there. Uh, Alignment feels calmer. It Even if it's scary, but it feels like organized. It doesn't feel like that spaghetti salad in the head that we're trying to figure out what we're gonna do, what's gonna happen. Um, Planning ahead is definitely a thing, more than multitasking. Multitasking is not a thing, because things don't always get done. So I have this affirmation here. I trust myself to make aligned decisions. I am allowed to choose peace, purpose, and provision. This is not the end of my story. It's a redirection. So always keep in mind you are not late. You are not lost. You are redefining, and that takes courage. Getting to where we are today takes courage. Being in the program that we are in today takes courage. And obviously, we have an entrepreneur mind. We have, we just have to have someone just push us a little bit. Sometimes we're just too afraid. We're just too human. It's okay to listen and engage and do and be um and ask questions and take that extra step. Once you put that right foot forward, that left foot has no choice but to follow. And that's when we catch momentum. When we take that left step, let it follow. If we don't take that step, it will it will not happen for us. So it's like, again, the mom in me. Um, like I've always told my kids, if it's a bridge that you want to cross and there's only one way, just cross it. Why stress? Why stay on this side and stress over it when you just want to get to the other side? Let's go. Make it happen. But sometimes we just stay idle and we stress too much over things. Why not just get it over and done with? So thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it. I'm going to please next week we have the blueprints, but I am going to stop sharing so we could just talk, and if there are any questions, I don't know if it went away, but please, if you have any questions, and if you want, Alan, introduce yourself. I don't know if you have met Diane and Christine before.
Christine, yeah, I think Christine is. Did you join my community? I think.
I think I am in your community. Yes, I'm sorry I came on late. I had a little bit of a ant problem at the house. I had to run to Lowe's and grab something. So I
Oh,
got in my Jeep. I was like, it's 6:30. I'm late for Maria's call.
yeah, that sucks. I hate ants. They're the worst.
Yeah,
Uh,
actually, they're inside one of my plants. I watered my plants on the patio today, and after I finished watering one, I go back out there to water the others, and there's millions and millions of ants coming out of this plant, and I'm like, what in the world? So I went and bought the little stakes, the little Amdro or whatever they are stakes to just put one in that plant to try to kill whatever the heck is brewing in there. It was insane. I couldn't believe how many ants came out of that plant.
That's giving me the itch.
I know. It's like, and it's on my patio, like, and I live in an apartment, so it's not like, it's, I don't know what the heck.
That's funny. I was just making content on the Ortho Home Defense spray. I didn't ask for a sample, but it just came in the mail. And, if it does, I'd like to just use it. And I have, that was me doing content today on
I have got to start doing that. Why am I not doing that? It's so easy.
affiliate TikTok.
Yeah, because I need. Anyway, yeah.
If I show you, I mean, the best thing to get samples is going to the shows. Um, if I show, I'm gonna see if I could turn my. So these are totes full of like just products and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds. And I have a very small place. So I found right now, right there, I have four, I have eight, I have some stuff. It gets out of control,
That's
but it's
crazy.
fun.
I can't
It's,
wait.
yeah.
Can't wait because I teach sales, so I should be selling affiliate stuff. Just saying.
Yeah, so did you apply for, I mean, that's a really it's a good side, I hate to say a side hustle, but that's, what is used for that. It's definitely because you get products, you get to sample them, and you make content on it. And you could make, I mean, Jacqueline from the community, she makes really good money. Diane.
I raised my hand because I was going to ask you if you were in Jacqueline's affiliate, and then you mentioned her name, so I had my answer. I joined it a year ago in February, and I have not done one thing on it. I had Zoom calls with her, and then one time she told me I'd used them up, but I had not, and
Hmm.
I can't get answers from her, so I don't know how to set it up. I don't know how to put in the way to get paid. I don't know how to order the products, and
Hmm.
so
So are you
I just
able
threw
to,
my money away.
do you go in her community?
Well, see, she's on in the morning when we have our Zoom with Celine, but now we won't be having
Right.
Celine, so I may try that and see if I can
Mhm.
get a response that way.
Yeah.
I've emailed her,
Yeah.
but she hasn't responded.
Yeah.
Uh,
So her, I was doing half Celine, half affiliate. But she
oh,
gives a lot of nuggets in her class, in her training in the morning. Um, I've learned a lot from her. She is my mastermind accountability partner. So we've traveled together, and to watch her do the affiliate is just like, okay, I guess I have no excuse why not to do. Like, she'll stand here and be like, well, guys, you see this sister that I have right here? Like, everything she touches, she makes a video for. She
yes.
wakes up in the morning and she's just like, okay, so this lipstick that you see here, I'm like, Jacqueline, are you talking to me? No, she doesn't answer. It's just that she's making a video. So when she talks to me, then I sometimes don't respond because I think she's making a video. But
Uh,
she makes really very, very well doing the affiliate. She
well,
does the legacy. Uh-huh.
Now,
when I
who's this?
first joined, uh, there was a lady on there, and I'm not going to call her name, but she told me, to use products I already had at home. And I
Mm-hmm.
had the right amount of followers, so I did Maxwell House Coffee because I saw that they sold it on there. Well, I got what do you call banned or something, and I had to start all over
Mm.
again. And then when I finally got up enough followers, I tried to get in touch with her to set up a Zoom call, and things just never did work out. So we had talked about my doing crocheting because I crocheted years ago for a little boutique. I would take my crochet things there and my knitted things, and the lady sold them. And she might call me and say, "Remember the brown shawl you had in here? I have a lady in here, but she wants it in such and such a color." Well, I just go straight to Hobby Lobby, get the yarn, and make it and sell it. And then my
Mm-hmm.
husband had the bad wreck, and I was back and forth to Charlotte, and I could not run out to Hobby Lobby and do it. So I
Mm.
just closed that out. So I told, Jacqueline, and I ordered the crochet needles to from there to sell, but I never did know how to go
Yeah.
about doing it. And my time will be up in February, my year I paid for a year.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
messed up.
So yeah, you could go in the morning and like ask her what you could do, and but now today you could become an affiliate with anything and anyone, like even Walmart. And just sometimes like they don't even ask, like you don't even have to do a video. You could do a review, and as long as you open an account with them, Walmart, like Amazon, you open up an account with them. And I've had Amazon for a long time. I don't have
Too.
a lot of videos, and but you review their product, and if anybody purchases that product with your link, then you get a commission from that.
I need to look into that more because I've got, and I know that on Amazon they sell the Norwex cloths, and I'm a big Norwex person. I have tons of Norwex in my home, and I don't know if TikTok sells it or not, but I know Amazon does.
So are you an affiliate of TikTok affiliate?
Yes, I got my
Okay.
stuff back, and so I've got the account and everything, and I've got way plenty of followers. I just don't know how to get started. And
Start doing videos.
well, how do you set up the pay for if you sell something?
Through the settings. So as long as you are able to you go into your settings, it will ask you what your payment method.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So you would have to go into TikTok shop, or the 3 lines up on the top that takes you to your settings, into your account. And in there, it tells you payment method.
Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah, no, that's important to do. And then just start making videos. And again, you could, anything that you have in your house that you see that TikTok has, just put in a video.
Okay.
Find the product in TikTok or Amazon, and then just put it into your showcase. And then from there, attach the link, the video.
So much has happened, over this past year. I know you know that from our Zoom with Celine, in my health issues and my son's, that I've just not got to do the things I need to do. But
yeah,
that's taking us off of what you wanted to do. So I'll just look at Jacqueline's affiliate.
No, it's okay, because we were talking about, making changes. So, I mean, affiliate is one of those things that we could do from home. It's actually, I'm doing that. I have been slacking with Amazon. I'm going to pick that up too, because if you're able to do one video, and as long as you don't say, grab the link below, uh, you're able to use that video for Amazon and TikTok. You just have to be careful with, don't use the word Amazon, don't use the word TikTok. And you should be able to use that video for both, as long as you do the video on your phone.
Right.
So it's just another form of making that income happen.
I don't know what you're talking about. What is this that you're talking about?
The TikTok affiliate.
Yeah.
So if you're a TikTok affiliate, you make your content. Let's say that I have this, and I'm going to make a video for this. I'm a TikTok affiliate. So now I have this headset, and I'll talk about it. And you could talk, and stays charged for 2 hours or whatever it is that I say. And that's it. I'm not saying get yours in the link below, because Amazon doesn't do that. I just told you the qualities of this. So on TikTok, I'm going to go and pin it to the product. And on Amazon, I'm going to go and put it in the product also. But I'm not saying to use the link below, because then I cannot use that video on Amazon.
I might have to have you show me that. I don't think I'm a TikTok affiliate.
You do have to apply. If you have over 1,000 followers, you could be a pilot. You could go into the pilot program. You have to apply for that. They're a little bit of a pain sometimes to get on.
Right.
But you just keep searching on the search engine, how to become an affiliate under 5,000. And they will let you do the pilot program. You could do 5 videos a week, and 3 lives. So
I'm gonna have to look
that's,
into that. That's something I'm gonna do tonight. I didn't realize that was even a thing.
yeah. If you have over 5,000 followers, then you are able to do as many videos as you want. I don't have 5,000 yet. So I can only do 5 videos a day. I mean, a week, which is a little frustrating, especially when I went to the show in California. I had to buy 2 suitcases to bring my samples back because there, I didn't, of course, I went to the show to get samples. It's the best way to get your samples. So, um, I was only able to do 5 videos weekly.
Hmm.
So in that case, you have to go live to be able, because they only give you a certain amount of time to be able to do the videos. So if you get this as a sample, they're going to give you 15 days for you to make a video. So I had to go live to be able to show all the products that I have.
Huh.
And yeah, because you don't want to lose the brand either. But that's, of course, if you go, um, you will learn that, okay, so if I'm in the pilot program, I want a sample, but sometimes it's hard to get approved sometimes, but there are some that get auto approved and they'll just send it to you. But not every
Huh.
brand does that. Yeah.
All right. Well, that's a job. Christine has a job tonight.
But like Diane said, there's a lot of times that you have stuff around your house that you purchase from TikTok or you just have and TikTok has it. And most products TikTok has and Amazon has. So it doesn't matter how old these are, but TikTok has them. I'm going to make a video with it.
Hmm.
So you don't necessarily have to wait until they send you samples to get them. Yes, apply for them anyway. But if they take a long time and you want to put videos out there, then you're able to just use whatever you have.
Hmm.
Yeah. And
Interesting.
always try to do this. Was my daughter does TikTok, and she's gotten videos that are like over 1 million views. I'm like, I don't know how she does that. But well, she's young and beautiful, and she could show this, and she definitely could sell like thousands of these. Um, but if you have like, just create a brand. Oh, so yeah, so she told me to try to get products that are over 4 stars. Like if this only has like, okay, so the reviews are only like 2 stars, then like don't, because you want to make sure that the following that you have are going to go after good products. And that's going to give you like the most commission, and it's going to bring the good following. Yeah.
Interesting. I didn't even know that was a thing.
Yeah.
Huh. I have some
So
work to do, I guess.
so I'm doing a Spanish affiliate. And it was a little hard in the beginning because I only had mom and dad that I used to talk Spanish to. And
Mm.
even my content, I'm doing it in Spanish too. But I'm getting there.
Mm.
Yeah. It's nice to have a nice, create your own brand. Well, it's 7 o'clock. I respect everybody's time. I don't want to take any more. If there's anything, Alan, talk to me.
Um,
You had something to say before.
I'm trying to remember what I was going to say. What was I talking about? Oh, I think you answered a lot of it with the um, the um, the TikTok affiliate and the Amazon deal. And I know you're going to come into my group and teach on it. So I think that the questions that I have on that, I'm just going to wait till then because my brain
Okay.
is currently like a wet noodle and kind of spilling out my ears right now. Yeah, because I'm trying to get my sales masterclass sold. But basically, yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, this was really really good. My only question is, friend of mine just got let go of their job like yesterday, and he was a hot mess. And I chose to let go of my job because I was dying. It was toxic, and that was on December 2nd. And so, I'm doing okay. It's a roller coaster, but you know, I think the roller coaster is more going up than down, and for most days. So I think I'm handling the grief pretty well because I've had some time. But my question is, what would you suggest I tell my friend who is fresh in that loss yesterday to encourage that person for day one of their new life post job? And this is a job that he did for 3 years. A lot of money. I mean, 15 grand a month is gone, so it's like, and they paid like a super small, like 30% severance of 1 month is all. And he made them hundreds of thousands of bucks, so it's like totally unfair.
Yeah.
So what would you suggest that of all you shared, what's the one takeaway that would really be helpful for that person?
Yes, that's a great question. And it's actually something that we don't really expect, especially that, okay, well, when they bring that sentence, you laid off, we have to let you go. I think emotionally, our emotions is the first thing that react to that. Because you start asking yourself questions like, oh my God, what did I do wrong? Oh my God. And you start putting your esteem down, your self-confidence goes down. And it's good to feel it, but not get stuck on it. It's good to like, okay, well, shoot, it happened. I can't change it. I felt it. Now it's time to take a break. Just mentally shut it down, breathe. Don't forget all the things that you learned in those 3 years that you were in the company. Now it's time to just move forward because if you stay there too long, now you become depressed. And I have seen a lot of people that have gotten depressed because you don't expect to lose your job, especially when they say, "Oh, we're terminating your title." What does that even mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to comprehend those words that we're being told, regardless of how nice it's trying to be, it's still negative for us. So the first thing that gets crushed is our esteem. I didn't do the right thing. Why me? And you lose trust in yourself. So if you start to look back, but don't stare, it's okay. You know what? It's just the beginning. And like I said before, I always tell my, no, don't look at a job. Don't marry your job. I mean, I was there 15 years. I got comfortable. See that this position, you're doing this position to get something better and keep growing and going up to where you want to be as a growth. So whatever he learned there was great, was amazing. Just take it in your back pocket, smile, and keep it moving. One door, in order for one door to open, one has to close. And maybe he was blessed. Maybe there's going to be an opportunity, but he has to be open-minded in order to allow for that to come in. And in order for him, if he's going to start interviewing, it's okay. That doesn't mean he failed. If he's going to go back to that 9 to 5, maybe there's something else that he could do. Did you offer him your program?
Oh, he's good. Yeah, already in
Good.
the, and he's getting some sales, but it's kind of like, um, I think that so I really liked what you said. Look back, but don't stare. I think that was really a very wise thing there, and I think it was just it was rough because we were having accountability, and it was like, I wasn't quite sure how to. I mean, even though I just went through the same thing on December 2nd, I'm
Hmm.
past that phase now. So it was actually a little difficult for me to get back into the emotion of that. And I wanted to come off in a way that was empathetic, but I was just kind of at a loss of words. So, um, and the person is like Christian and everything. So there's that faith element, but it's like, you got a loss of a job, but it's like, uh, you don't find your value from the job, but it's hard to not feel valued. It's hard to not feel deflated when there's like no particular, or like, you know, how is this going to work within X amount of days if no money,
Mhm.
or not enough money comes in, basically. So yeah, I was just curious how you would handle that with that grief process, and that real like current wound.
Mhm. Yeah, it's difficult. Obviously, you went through it, and sometimes it's hard to move forward. But I mean, he probably has a family, and he has to. It's a lot of pressure when you're not bringing in. Even if you were just make okay $1,000. Oh man, it's the difference when you're working from what you're making yourself than having that stability that is coming in every week, every other week. That's coming in, and it's hard to get used to that. It's not that it's not going to happen, but when you're used to that, it's just like you start thinking, what if, that human what if, it's crazy. And yes, I have my faith also. And I trust in God, and I'm like, God, I know that you're going to provide and make things happen. You have in the past, you will always make it happen. But that human in us is difficult. It's good that, he's very lucky to have you in his life, that, you went through it as well. So you're able to like understand. And that's probably why it's difficult for you, because you went through it. Yes, you were able to move forward with that, but it's hard for you. You know what that heart is feeling. It's like when I see that someone loses their loved one, I'm like, I know what that feels like now. So it's even hard for me to say I'm sorry, because the I'm sorry might not mean a lot. It might mean a lot, but it's not really going to help, if that makes any sense. Because I know
Oh,
that.
yeah,
I've been there.
yeah.
So that's what you're feeling with him. That's why it's hard to put those words together. So I get it. I get it. Um, he's going to be okay. He will see it at his time. Um, like in this business, we all grow at a different time. We could start the same day, train together, but we're all going to move at a different time. As you, as being his friend, to see him feeling deflated, it's kind of sucky, because you're feeling it that way also. Um, Sometimes just listening helps more. And just a bro, it's gonna be okay, because I'm making it on this, and him seeing you and what you're doing amazing. You have such a great personality. You're just like so alive, that like, I'm sure that your spirit and him seeing what you're doing is gonna bring him there faster than he would by himself, or just watching you. You might not need to say anything. Sometimes like just watching someone do, like in our community. Like, we've seen so many people grow. It's just like, okay, this works. I'm just not doing something right, or it's just not my time yet, but it will happen. So he will grow as he sees what you're doing.
That's
So I know
good.
you worry. It's of course you're a lovely person, and you have an amazing heart. I could see that. Um, it will happen. Just
So my question too is like, everyone has a different time in their grief process, so it's hard to like, but you have to get to a certain point, like, dude, we got to click out of this, right? So do you think there's a certain like a week or 2 weeks, or I mean, everyone's different, but when is the point where it's like, okay, well, this is going on way too long, regardless of where you're at in the process?
it might take you to say exactly what you just said.
Like a week later, 2 weeks later, what do you think?
Um, I think it would probably, depending on how much he approaches you, or how you see him. I mean, if you see him falling or on his knees too long, it's okay to tell him, listen, let's talk, and speak with your heart, like what you just said. Okay, went through this. There's nothing you can do about it right now. Let's just move forward. Don't think about it anymore. And find that little positive in order for you to just like go in through that positive and just like squeeze yourself in and it will open up. But for as long as you're sitting and don't know, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? You're not finding answers. So depending on how you see him, if you see him dropping too much, too long, it's okay to approach it. All right, you have to get up.
Hmm.
I can't let you sit there too long because it's going to affect me. And it's true. Sometimes somebody's energy affects us and we get deflated. Not purposely. They don't do it purposely, but it just happens. So
That's good.
a week, I get it. Or 2 minutes, I don't know. I kind of like got up pretty quick because I didn't have a choice. I didn't want to see my kids. I have grown kids, but I didn't want to see them suffering or worrying about me or anything of the sort. So sometimes you got to fake it until you make it. And when we have God in our heart, it happens quick.
Yeah. I think it's just such a extreme distraction to getting anything done. So for his own good, I don't want to let it go a week for him because then he's wasting so much time.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think I'm gonna pray about it, obviously, but a couple days, 3 days, something like that seems like totally natural, and it's not like I have a lot of time anyway to,
Hmm.
like I probably can't get to them before 3 days anyway.
Yeah.
But it's like, yeah. But I think in this weekend, I check in with him on like Saturday and be like,
Yeah.
okay, let me kick you in the butt or whatever. Yeah,
And you're not doing anything wrong. You're being a friend and you're concerned. And it's okay because you don't want to see him falling into depression either.
yeah,
Depression is bad.
so good.
It's easy to fall in, it's very hard to get out.
Well, that was
So,
crazy helpful. I appreciate you a ton. That's good.
no problem. I'm here if you need me. Reach out. We will tomorrow if you want to. I had some notes on when I opened up my Amazon and pictures. I'm gonna see if I find them and we could go over that and even so you're not an affiliate to TikTok, right?
Right,
Or Amazon.
right.
Okay. All right, so we could go over that if you want to. And it's
Yeah,
very easy. I could show you screenshots and you could show your people when you want to and whatever you want to do.
yeah. Well, um, are we still recording?
We are. Okay. Yes, we are. I'm actually going to stop. Thank you
We'd be
so much.
happy
Let
to
me just
anyone join us in my community if you like.
let's just end the
Commercial, shameless commercial for me.
if anybody has any questions, please feel free. As you see, we have so many things that we could do. We have options. We are able to generate an income. Like I've said in many of my lives, COVID was really bad for a lot of people. But we also learned that we have options working from home. We're able to be there for our family, for our loved ones. We're able to take care of our kids ourselves instead of taking them to a daycare. We're able to care for our parents if we need to. We're able to live life in our own terms. So blessings to all. And any questions? Please drop it below and look for the worksheet that I will be putting in with this replay.